Gold jacket, green jacket, who gives you?
Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the Gold Jacket, Green Jacket podcast. We're here for episode number 49. My name is Christian Dragonetti, and I'm joined, as always, by my good friend and Australian PJ professional, Mr. Joel Mitchell. Jolly, mate, what's happening?
Same old stuff. Same old stuff. Weird start of the year.
It's been a bit of a rough one, but
We've had heat. We've had fucking rain.
holy rain. What the
holy
flame?
rain.
What the? Hang on, stop, pause. So, Sunday afternoon, right?
Yeah.
I was at home.
All of Sunday, by the way.
Yeah, it was all of Sunday,
was all of
right? But it
Sunday.
was like right on midday, right? The missus has been busting my balls. Let's go I want to get a banh mi. She had a craving. I was like, all right, done. No dramas. So we
You're
go
not
out.
saying no to that.
Nah, fuck no, right? So we go out to our place out in Laylaw, right? We found this joint that's open on a Sunday. It's one of the only places in and around our area that's open on a Sunday. We go, we get one, we have a bite, we walk out of the bloody shop,
Fucking
and it's
bang.
dark as anything. And I'm like, oh yeah, it's coming, right? Shut the doors, turn the ignition on, boom.
Bang. Yeah.
Hits us like a ton of bricks, right? The wipers are going like this, right? They got epilepsy, just going hard as anything, freaking out. I can't see 3 feet in front of me, and I'm just thinking. First thought was, you'd hate to be on the golf course right now.
Facts. You know what? I did the same thing. I just checked timesheets.
Yeah,
I checked timesheets of Rosetta and Heritage just
Yeah.
to see like who or how many is out there.
Yeah.
And I'm just like, sucks to be you, because I could like looking at
You
some of
just
the
know
timesheets,
that-
I could imagine where the groups were.
Oh, yeah.
when it hit.
Yeah.
Like I could understand where they were. Like, oh, they teed off at 12:30 and it's 1:40. Oh, they're on 5.
They're
this
on the
sucks.
opposite end of the golf course.
They're the stand umbrella like this, just
Yeah.
shaking. Oh my god! I
just
was doing
like-
the same thing because I was driving home from the folks' place.
Yeah.
and like everyone, like going down Fitzsimmons, everyone's doing sub 50.
I couldn't. I'm trying to drive down Epping Road, which is 80 for a good stretch. I'm doing 35 k's an hour because I can't see 2 meters in front of me because it's just that heavy. You can hear, you know when you can hear rain, like properly hear rain, right? It's just like a drum beat. And you're just like, oh.
Pretty sure you can always hear rain.
You can
bro.
always hear rain, 100%. But you
you
know
can
what it's
hear
like
rain.
scary? You know, it's like, this is thick. You know what I mean? Like there's rain and then there's rain. You know what I mean? It's late. It's a Tuesday afternoon. I'm tired.
Me. What
All right. Recent rounds, though. Let's get stuck straight into it. Do you want to go first or do you want me?
No, I'll go.
go.
Mine was Saturday.
Yes.
Saturday, I teed off at like 12:30 or something like that.
Ugh, Arvo.
Which was with my best mate. We went to Yarrambat. I
Cool.
haven't been there in fuck
A little
knows
while,
how.
actually,
It was just something to do. 'cause
I reckon the last time you would have played Yarrambat was maybe 4 months ago and then you came straight here on like a Saturday afternoon. You did the same thing.
Nah, it was longer than that.
You played on a Saturday afternoon and then came here and recorded.
Oh, it was longer than that.
Yeah.
It was a while ago. I haven't been
How
there
was
in
it?
ages.
Dry.
The essentials were okay. Like the fairways were fine. The greens were like a bit soft and stuff like that. But
It's a public track at the end of the
public
day.
deck,
And it's a
was
good
fine.
public
It was
deck.
fine. It was fine.
It's short.
It was
It's
fine.
easy. It's
was
gettable.
Fine. It was fine. It's there was a couple holes that I actually aimed to cut a little bit of a corner and get it bouncing in the rough first
Yeah.
because it was just hard pan.
Yeah.
So like I went absolute scuba diving, especially on the front nine. I gassed it on the back. Absolutely well, not gassed it, but it wasn't as good as the front nine. And it's some of the biggest drives I've ever hit in my life because it was just
going
you
after
cut a corner and it just hits a hard pan. Like on the 7th hole, it was par 5. It's like 465 from the back, and I scoped the flag and I had 62 in
Yeah.
because I've like taken it over the right trees and it just hit the downslope on the hard pan and almost went in the piss.
Yeah.
So do you remember 7?
Yep.
The big dog leg right.
Yep.
I was 5 meters out of the piss.
Oh, right. Okay.
Yeah, from that, and I just flicked a wedge and it like skips past the hole, spins back and lips out the top side of the hole and sits like this close to it. I'm like, fuck.
That would have been cool.
Yeah, it would have been sick. But I ended up shooting like 9 under or something. Like
Oh,
that.
wow.
But it was very I played well, but I didn't hold. I hold one putt. Like I actually hold one putt.
Yeah, right.
It was on 9 from about 15 feet.
So you just, I'm assuming you weren't playing comp rounds or anything.
No. So it was with my best mate and these 2 other guys.
It was just a hit and giggle.
It was in a structured field.
Yeah.
But we didn't enter the comp.
Yeah.
So which we couldn't. Like, my mate doesn't have a handicap. These other
Yeah,
two
fair.
guys didn't. They were coming out leisurely. I still scored. Like, I was just thinking about what I was doing.
Absolutely.
And fortunate enough, it was like bogey free and stuff like that. But I was, I don't really claim it. You know
No,
what I mean?
it doesn't need to
don't.
be.
I don't really. I don't know. Anyway, that was just the score I had. Yeah, like I two putted for birdie on 2,
Okay.
tap in on 4.
Yeah, right.
Tap in for eagle on 7, 3-footer on 8, 10. 12-footer on 10.
Yeah, right.
And then it was
it was a good day out.
Oh yeah, it was just
Solid.
and then 2 putted for birdie on 11, birdie 13, and then tap in birdie on 15.
Okay.
And that was it. Like I
Yeah,
actually
right.
didn't hole anything. It was
Okay.
just, it was just anything. It was just generally tap ins, and I was stoked about it. It was awesome.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, it was a bit weird. But
Fair
yeah,
enough.
the hit the ball good and got around it all right. But yeah, like you said, it was firm, pretty easy.
Yeah.
Just sort of cruised around. And I know it very well, so
Yeah,
know it
absolutely.
very well. Grew up there. And you?
I had the equivalent to 31 points playing off 8. Stroke medal was like 85 off the stick. And to say I chopped it, it's a bit of an understatement. I didn't really play that well. I had, on the front 9, I had 2 doubles and a triple.
Ugh.
And you know what? And I was saying this to Michael when I chatted to him during the week. It's the first time in about 8 months where I've been chipping sideways out of trees that have led to double bogeys because I've been in shit spots off the tee. Like I made double bogey on 5, right?
Oh.
Pulled driver left, got a wicked bounce, and I'm under a tree hitting a shot backwards one-handed.
Yeah, you just
One
it
of
was
those.
one of them ones.
And
yeah,
it was
yeah.
it was hard pan, but it was very soft underneath. So the club literally
Oh,
just
it's just
dug
loose
in,
soil.
loose soil, and just got straight underneath it, popped it out 3 feet, and I'm like, fuck. Well, now I've still got a horrible lie and nothing to really chip with,
Yeah.
and all of a sudden I'm making double.
Yeah. Just compounds. Yeah.
Started off pretty hot, to be perfectly honest. I drained like a 25, 30 footer for birdie on 2, and like putted really well. Maybe the first 4 holes. Got to 5, got unlucky. 6, made bogey, 3 jabbed it, and no, actually made par. And then one of the boys turns around and goes, "Putter's hot."
Oh, fuck me. We've spoken about this being one of our pet peeves. This is one of my biggest pet
Now
peeves.
you're gonna hate this even more. This bloke, I respect the shit out of him.
Yeah.
Plays off nothing
Yeah.
and shot 6 under on the day.
Good.
Like great golfer,
Yeah.
but put the mong on me early. From 6 to
It's like casting a spell, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's like it actually doesn't mean anything. It
Joel,
shouldn't mean anything.
When I tell you that from the 6th hole to the 16th hole, I had no idea what I was doing with the flat stick. It got to the point where I'm walking down 12 going, he's actually cursed me.
Yeah, it's your cursed.
Like, he's put the mong on me 100%.
Yeah.
This bloke has ruined my round. Like, I'm not going to name him. The boys will know who he is. And he's a ripper bloke. I love him to pieces.
Yeah.
But I'm like...
But he's just gone,
when he's-
"Avonica."
literally. And he said it, and he's like, "Oh, the putter's on fire today." I'm like, "Don't say that."
Fuck me.
I'm like, "You don't know what I've been going through the
know what
last
this
3
would-
rounds.
you know-
This is a good round of golf. I am putting well. You don't need to point it out.
Shut up.
Shut up.
You know what this reminds me of? This reminds me of that clip of when Shane Warne and Steve Waugh, is it Steve Waugh? They were in the commentary box. And
Yes.
David Warner was on like 90,
99.
he was on like 98 or 99, right? And he goes, "Never been out in the 90s." And you see Shane Warne going, "Oh, no, oh."
It was Mark Howard. I think.
Might have been. Or whoever it was, they said that and just
Put the
and,
mong
and he
on
goes
him.
he
Next
goes out
ball.
next ball.
Next ball.
Goes out next ball and you just see Warner just go, "Nah, that's it." it's like that sort of shit. Like I even had that round, you would have heard many episodes ago that I had that round where I started off with like birdieing the first 5 or 6 or something at Heritage.
Yeah.
And the guy goes, "Fuck, you're kind of on course record watch, aren't you? You've birdied the first 6." I'm like,
I remember this. Oh my
"Bro,"
god.
I'm like,
Shut
"Oh my
up.
god."
Shut up.
I'm like, yes, I have birdied the first 5 or 6, but don't say, "Oh, you might break the course record."
But here's the thing, right? As a group, through the first 4 holes, we were 6 under.
Yeah.
As a group, we'd all made birdies early. Like, it was a low scoring day. I think Mitch had like 76 off the stick.
Good.
Pala played well.
Yeah.
SGM played well, sorry. And the fourth guy shot 6 under.
Yeah, beautiful.
Came second in the comp, won A grade by a landslide.
Beautiful.
Right? So much so that like other groups had seen his score and they're all of a sudden watching us on 18. Just from all around the golf course. I could just feel eyeballs.
Because
And I started-
they're like, who's 6 under?
I started strong and I'm like, I get a double bogey on 5, whatever, double bogey on 7, triple bogey on 8. Eight was tough. It was push driver out right, under some trees, tried to hit like a hard cut with a 4-iron, hang it out left and cut it back. Left it in the short bunker, like left of the green,
Yeah.
and then thinned one over
I was
onto the
gonna
tee
ask
box.
you, I'm like, how the fuck do you make triple from there?
Thinned it to the tee box, but like on the down slope. You know where the garden bit is on the slope of the tee box. Thinned it. I was like literally that far away from it, and I'm like, I hit this really delicate chip, and it just rolled out, and I
just
just
kept
couldn't.
going,
It just
yeah.
kept
You
going.
can't stop it.
And then I ended up 3-jabbing it from there. Oh no,
Just rattled.
yeah, rattled completely. 2-jab.
Yeah, you would 2-putted, yeah, to make triple. Yeah.
No, yeah, whatever. Doesn't matter.
Whatever it is. Lots. You had lots.
I had lots.
You had lots.
But I felt I went into the round, and Mitch actually made a comment of it earlier.
This is going to be good because this is going to lead into my early.
Mitch made a comment of it earlier. After the round, he goes, "You kind of kept it together today. Like he's like, you haven't played well, but you've kept it together mentally." I'm like, yeah, because I went in literally
You know what?
thinking,
I reckon that relates to probably maybe even our phone call that we
Yeah.
had. We had a phone call during the week that you're just like, I'm going to fucking lose it.
Yeah.
Like, I'm going to lose my shit.
because all right, I'll air it.
And it's
Michael
like
and I
something
went and
to
practiced.
reevaluate.
Michael and I went and practiced on Thursday night. Played a few holes, and then we snuck out down one and started chipping and putting around the green.
Yeah.
And let's say we really shouldn't have. We should have just kept playing holes. We were going to duck across to 16, play 16, 17, 18, go hit putts for 20 minutes, and then go home.
Yeah.
But instead, we changed our plans. We started chipping and putting. And if you've been listening, you know my issues with chipping at the moment. And let's just say someone tied bricks to my ankles and threw me off the West Gate. Right? It was not fun, to the point where I probably okay, let's say this. I probably threw more clubs than I actually hit balls out of the grooves.
Damn.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Like,
right. Fuck.
Bad, real bad. I probably, and Michael, bless him, like such a trooper, he was adamant that he was going to help me fix it.
Yeah. He was like, no,
He goes,
let's figure
he's
this
like,
out.
You're not fucking going home until we fix
figure
this.
let's figure
And I'm
this
like,
out.
Michael, I'm telling you this now, for my own mental health, I think I'd need to give up and just go home. Like I'm being genuine, and like
me.
we had a conversation afterwards because he was actually upset. He was like, "Are you okay?" I was like, "No, I'm really not."
He actually called me going, oi. Like he was just giving an update on the practice session.
Yeah.
That's all he was doing. And then he sent me a photo of his like golf link history going trending. I'm like, beautiful. This is
Fuck
good.
yeah,
He's,
and
he's,
he
he's
is.
coming down. Beautiful.
The boy, all the boys
And then
are.
he goes, oi, give Drags a quick call.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh, righto.
Yeah,
And that's when I called. All he said was give Drags a call. I'm
Yeah.
like, oh, righto. And then when you answered the way you did, and then you like explained, I'm like, I see.
Yeah.
I'm like,
and you know what?
I'm like, I understand.
I had all these issues, and we were trying to fix it. And bless Michael, like he tried his hardest.
Yeah.
But what you've taught him and what you've taught me are two completely different things,
Well, you have to.
right? He's trying to say, well, here's what I do. Here's what I think this might help you. This might help you. And in the back of my mind, I'm like, I'll give it a crack because why not? But also, it just made the thing worse.
So
And then-
the reason why the reason why it doesn't work is because it's not fucking supposed to.
It's not supposed
It's
to.
not supposed to.
And
So
I knew this all along, but
bless,
I'm like,
bless you guys for trying to help each other.
Yeah.
I understand that, but it's like that's my job.
if he'd have turned around and just said, you know what you're doing, go off into a corner, do what you think you need to do. And if you honestly can't get it today, walk away.
Yeah.
I would have been like, golden.
Yeah,
no
yeah,
dramas.
that makes sense. Yeah,
I would have
yeah.
yelled to him and gone, oi, let's go. 16,
Yeah,
let's
yeah,
go play.
Let's go.
Let's just
Yeah,
go play the last
yeah.
3 or 4
before
holes.
you fall in a hole.
Correct.
Because you
But
know,
he was
you know
so,
what the-
and I'm not blaming him at all.
No.
But he was so adamant on, we're staying till we fix it.
yeah.
And I'm like, it's dark.
Yeah, it's done.
I'm like, can we go home, please?
It's 10:15, dude.
Yeah.
But you know what the worst part was? You probably would see it working for him, and then you try and the same thing, and it's not.
That's
what probably
that
would've
is
drove you nuts.
That is the cherry on top of this all.
I fucking knew it. I fucking knew it.
And I literally said it to him. I'm like,
How's this
I'm like,
working for you, bro?
and because the conversation we had revolved around my history in tennis, right?
Right.
Because I got to a point in my tennis career, if you want to call it that, amateur tennis career, where I was like, this is as good as I'm getting. I knew that going in. I wasn't getting any better. The commitment levels weren't there.
Well,
right?
there's the thing.
There's the thing.
That's the fail from the
I'm
start.
starting to see similar trends now in my golf game. However, the commitment levels are still there.
The passion is there,
The passion
bud.
is there.
The passion
I'm
is
still
there.
practicing once, twice a week. I'm getting out and hitting balls. My drive to keep getting better is far greater than it has been for a long time. However, I'm seeing Mitch come down. I'm saying Michael come down, and he's made it perfectly clear he wants to get lower than I am. And to be honest, it scares me a little bit because he could fucking do it.
Yeah.
Right?
Both of you can.
100%.
All of you can.
100%. But I'm seeing all this shit happen. Plus, I'm not doing that great. And I'm like, well, fuck, is this as good as it gets?
Nah. See, it's the test though. It's the world's way or golf's way of testing you. So I felt the same way.
100%.
I felt the same way. Like I was like throughout last year, I was all hyped up, especially because my 2023 year was what I thought was pretty good.
Yeah.
I had quite a few wins. Yes, it wasn't at the top PGA, it wasn't at the top tour level, but it was almost the next best thing, if you will.
Yeah.
I had a successful year in terms of wins and beating some of those competitive players and
Absolutely.
the top players in Australia in terms of associates. And beating tour level golfers that were in the program that I am. So, and then going into 2024, it's like, fuck, I've kind of been hyped up here.
Yeah.
I've kind of been told that I'm good enough. And
Yeah.
I sort of believed it. And then going into Q schools and like the first one hurt. The first one was missed out by a shot and there was obvious blemishes that sort of stopped me from doing that. So I accepted that pretty quick because I knew the golf was there.
Yeah.
It was just like these 3 blemishes that took me out of it. And then the Asian Tour one as well. It's like, well, I wasn't really even close there. I was like 9 shots back or something like
Yeah.
that. So I'm sort of just like, am I actually good enough, or do I just like people make me think I am?
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
absolutely.
And it was kind of like it was like almost overhyped. Not overhyped, but I kind of like it was like imposter syndrome.
Yeah.
It's like I'm at these places going, fuck, I've been told and I've proven the golf's good enough, but it's not at this point.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And it's like I went to going to Moona, it's like, fuck, I know my golf's good.
Yeah.
And I play well. And I did win and played well.
Yeah.
But then it was like those 2 or 3 holes that proved why I'm not ready yet. And it drove me fucking crazy.
Absolutely.
So it's like, and that was the perfect learning point. Like I know I'm a better golfer now than I was in April.
Oh, absolutely.
And I will be this coming April, and it's only a 12-month difference, but
Yeah.
that's all the work.
Yeah.
Like my handicap hasn't changed.
And
that's what I believe with you.
Yeah, and
that's
here's the thing.
it's just learning up here. It's learning what the arsenal is. Like my handicap's actually gotten worse since last April. Like it's gone out a shot, but it
Here's-
doesn't mean anything.
here's something that'll back you up in that statement, right? So afterwards on Saturday, fast forwarding again to Saturday, right? Actually, before we get to that, I'll say this. I then came home and then Friday after work, after all the woes that I had on Thursday night practicing, I literally grabbed a wedge out of my bag. I've got a tub of table tennis balls and I literally hit like 15 chips in the hallway.
Beautiful.
Off the carpet.
Good.
And with the sole purpose of do not hit one out of the hosel. Just I
figure it
needed
out.
to tell
Just
myself
figure
that
it
I
out.
can actually do it.
You absolutely
And
can.
because I hit but Joel, listen, because I hit so many on
yeah,
Thursday
yeah.
night,
Yeah.
like fucking dude, like, oh, hey,
we got it pretty good that other
we did, but it's just, and again, bless him, Michael had told me to do this and do that, and all these things are in my head, and it just went fucking, right?
Yeah.
But I literally came home Friday, I hit 15 to 20 chips with table tennis balls in the hallway on the carpet, and I was like, okay, this is doable.
Yeah.
This is great.
You go back to your swing.
Right? And then I didn't have one on Saturday.
Good.
Didn't chip great at all.
You don't have to.
Everything was
don't have
long.
to. It's a
Everything
step
was
forward.
long.
It's a
And I'm
step
like,
forward.
cool, this is
step
doable.
forward.
I even had a crack at hitting like a flop shot over the right bunker on 9.
Oh.
Yeah. Because I just left one out there.
Yeah, well.
Right? Or whatever it was. There
That's
was
a
a
shit
bunker.
spot
There was
too.
horrible spot.
That's a
It
shit
might not
spot.
have even been on 9. It might have been on another hole.
Doesn't matter.
Right? But I just had a crack and it came off. It was a bit long and it was poorly
matter.
executed.
You hit it
But I was
properly.
like, who gives a fuck?
You hit it properly. It didn't go sideways.
The round was gone by that stage. And I'm like, you know what? I'm just going to try and make sure that I can leave here in a somewhat positive mind space. But sitting in the clubhouse after the round on Saturday, the bloke we were playing with who shot 6 under turns around and goes, we were talking about handicaps and how everyone's coming down and playing well. And he goes, oh, but Jake, you were pretty low a couple of years ago as well, weren't you? He's like, I remember seeing you have a really low number. And I said, yeah, I had 2 red and whatever, it was whatever many points and da-da-da-da. And he goes, oh, yeah. And he's like, do you feel like you're better now or you're better back then? Have you improved? I was like, no, dude, I'm such a better golfer now compared to when I had that
But
day
it's a
out.
different meaning though.
It's so
It's a
different.
different meaning.
Right? And I literally stripped it back and had the drive home and thought about it all. I'm like, fuck, he's right. I'm right. I'm such a better golfer now than what I was 2.5 years ago when I had that super low number and that probably the greatest summer I've ever had.
This complements everything I try and tell people.
It doesn't matter. And Mitch, sorry to cut you off.
Yeah.
Mitch made such a good fucking point. And Pala did the same thing. He goes, stop looking at your handicap.
Yeah, sometimes it's a trap.
Stop looking at it.
It's a trap.
Stop getting sucked into
Because it doesn't
I'm
mean
blowing
anything.
out. It means fuck all.
Doesn't mean
you
anything.
use it as a form guide.
I use it-
to
I
sort of
use it as
see
a
how the
tracker.
general last 3-4 months has gone for you. And I think I'm honestly going to start doing the same
I
thing.
don't use. I keep track of the scores. I don't give a fuck about my handicap. I don't
I'm
give
the
a
same.
fuck what it is.
I'm
I'd
gonna-
rather say I don't even care. Like it's I use it as to show the scores.
I'm going to start looking just at the points I've shot and the amount of shots I've taken, and that's it. Whatever that overall number is, I'm kind of going to disregard it for the next little while. I'm going to go out with no expectations. I'm just going to play.
Well, because the perfect
I'm
example.
going to try and fall in love with this thing again. I've got a couple of rounds booked in over the next little while, like the short little while, which we kind of need to have a chat about too, because it affects this and the recording process. I've got a bunch of rounds booked in, and I'm fucking keen. I'm playing tomorrow.
Good.
I'm playing tomorrow. I
What's
can't
today?
wait. Tuesday.
Right. Yeah.
I'm playing tomorrow.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
And I'm like, cool. I'm not scared. I don't give a fuck. I'm just going to go have fun. And if I have 29 points,
go do
cool.
it.
If I have 49 points, great. If I have fucking 2 points, I couldn't give a flaming fuck. If I've had 2 points, I've probably gone home after 3 hours.
Yeah. Well.
But I'm not going to. I'm gonna go through my routine. I'm gonna go practice in the morning or hit balls in the morning. I'm gonna do whatever I need to
You
do.
just got to have something.
I'm gonna go. You know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna go and try and have fun.
Well, that's the point.
But I think I've been too engrossed in getting better
result,
quickly
the result.
and worrying about what's going on around me.
You know-
being the boys are getting better than I am
Yeah.
or whatever it might be and chasing me and
Yeah.
making a big deal of it.
Yeah.
And it's all just banter. But
Oh, of course.
and this is very deep rooted. I've, for the longest time as a kid, struggled to laugh at myself and have people take the piss out of me. I used to get really offended really quickly. And I think I still carry that trait a little bit. So when people start taking the piss out of me saying, oh, I'm catching ya, like Mitch when he got me a few months ago, I hated it because I couldn't stand it. I couldn't stand the thought of it. Right? And I feel like that's sort of rearing its head again.
Yeah.
But I'm just kind of like, you know what? Mitch is fucking playing unreal. Pala's playing
but
unreal.
they're different people,
They're
dude.
different people.
It's-
But I'm that competitive in the sense it's like I've had that spot. I've been the lowest marker for the longest time in my group.
Yeah.
I'm not anymore. I don't like it, but I
Yeah.
kind of need to let it happen.
It just needs to be the motivation, though.
Correct.
Like if you find that sort of motivation, it's like it's
So,
it's like,
yeah,
it's like
and
rather
but
it's
I
like
can't
excluding
get-
the result out of what you're actually striving for. Like I think I said this on to you on the phone.
Yeah.
The other day, it was like, don't forget, me and Pella have worked on not one. We've touched on different bits and pieces just to cover a couple spots here and there with his off the tee to stop that big push right. Like
Yeah.
we stopped that. It might still creep in here and there, but we've stopped that big push right that
Yeah.
crept in. He's got a bit more knowledge on the greens now, a little bit more.
Yeah.
It doesn't mean he's going to hole more.
No.
It's just he's got a bit more knowledge now. It's just going to improve things over time, right? But the main thing we had to really fix up with him was his short game. Hence the name now. But now his short game's fucking good.
Yeah.
And it drives me nuts because he hits better bunker shots than me and I hate it.
Yeah.
Right? But it took us 6 months.
Yeah.
August 4, I think, was the first time me and Pella actually said, righto, what's the issue?
Yeah.
What date is it?
Yeah.
January fucking 15 or whatever it is, 14. It's taken 6 months
Yeah.
for him to get his short game from I'm going to quit to I can play golf now. Right, what's the next stage?
Yeah.
Whereas you want to do it all in a week. It
Yeah.
doesn't work like
No.
that. It doesn't work. So it's like
And to
maybe
be-
just implement a little bit of patience, and
Yeah, good
it's
luck.
also I know, I understand.
Good luck,
I
because you
understand.
know me. I'm the most impatient bloke ever.
I know.
But in
you
saying
can,
that,
you can work that into your advantage. You can work that as an advantage. Like you can go, okay, well, I'm going to put my head down here and shorten the lifespan of this improvement. Whereas Pala goes, I know it's going to happen. I don't care when.
Yeah.
And now the last 2 months, it's really shown its head.
Yeah.
Like he's come down 2 shots in 6 weeks or something like, or whatever it has been, whatever it is.
Yeah.
But It's because that 4 months of work has gone, okay, now it feels normal now. Now I can trust it in game. And it's only that one department of his game.
That's it.
Now he's got putting, irons, long game, driving, and the mental strategy of the game. There's 6 stages left.
Yeah.
But it's taken 6 months for him to improve one.
Yeah.
It's why
To
this
improve,
game...
not even master, to improve.
Not improve, just improve.
Yeah.
Just get him better than it was.
Yeah.
It's taken 6 months and he's
Yeah.
got another 6 or 7 departments minimum to go.
Yeah.
And I'm still working on every fucking department at the same time. And it's just, that's why it takes so long. It's why it's so fucking infuriating. And it's probably
Absolutely.
why it drives you so bonkers.
It does.
Is because it's like, no, I want it now, not in 8 months. I want it now.
And the shit thing is the fact that you are 100% correct, but also the history of good performances weighs so heavily on me because I walk out there going, well, I know I can do this. Why can't I do it now? And why can't I do it every time?
That's the problem because you stand on the first tee going, I know I can shoot even par, and now you're already fucked because now
Correct.
you look in the first hole going, oh, I'm just going to shoot even par today, and you haven't even teed off yet.
Not even. It's just like, I know I can make
This actually
birdie
leads
on this hole.
perfectly into my
Right. And we'll get into your second
Yeah,
cut
go,
question
go.
in a minute.
No.
Right. But I feel like in the next little while, I'm kind of just going to try and fall back in love with it again. I'm still loving the game. Don't get me wrong. I need to fall back in love with the challenge of the game again. Right. Which I've kind of lost patience for. Right. I saw this great video, this little clip from Ben Haddon, who was part of Good for a little while.
Yep, I know Ben. I know of Ben.
of
Sorry.
Ben, right?
I know of Ben.
So he hit this poor shot on a hole, and the guy filming literally asked, "How do you not get super upset with yourself in that scenario? You've just hit a shit shot, right?" And he goes, "Oh, played a round of golf with this bloke, and he turned around, and he's the happiest guy ever on the golf course. Doesn't matter what he does, it's always positive. There's always a positive outlet." And he goes, "You could miss a green 40 meters right, no dramas, hit it out of the hosel, whatever it might be." And the first thing he says is, "Oh well, great opportunity to practice my short game.
Yeah, well, yeah, that's a good point.
It's a great opportunity to practice my putting.
It's
a great
good.
opportunity.
It's a great opportunity to implement what I've been working on.
Correct. Right. So I feel like I'm going to and it's all like, if you know me well, you know me well enough for me to understand what I'm saying when I say 99% of my issues are mental.
I don't know how you got to that conclusion.
Right.
Sorry, was that way too sarcastic?
A little bit. But it's true. Right. 99% of my issues are mental.
Dude, that's everybody.
Right. And I really need to spend the next chunk of time, even the next year. 2025 is my mental year, right? Because I've hit low points. I hit a real low point last year. I think I kind of tasted it again last week. I think I'm just going to really try and hone in on this needs to be my year where I really try and just be uber positive. And
Not even
it's
uber
not going to
positive.
work.
It's
It's
not
not
even
going to
uber
work all the
positive.
time. It's not even uber positive. It's just I need to not let the uber negative
Yeah.
scream the loudest.
Just go bang.
Correct.
You know, it's something so simple, and I'm not saying it's gonna work or it did work. It actually kind of did because it made everything simpler. It was when we had that one phone call. I reckon it was the start of last year, if I'm honest. This was a while ago when it was as simple as just shot isolation. Remember that?
Yep.
Remember we had that one phone call?
Yeah.
We had this one phone call that lasted, I no shit reckon we were on the phone for 2 hours.
Yeah, close to.
Right. And it was like the summary of it was that isolating each shot, because you asked me, what the fuck do you do? You know what I mean? I'm like, I just isolate everything.
Yeah.
It's like, well, I may hit a 7-iron from 150, 158 or something like that and miss the green. Okay, I hit a bad shot, but now I've got a 15-meter chip shot.
Yeah.
I know how to hit a 15-meter chip shot. Why
And
am
also-
I worrying about this 7-iron? Like, it doesn't matter anymore.
And also isolating.
just-
and the next time you have a 7-iron, don't think, well, just because I hit the last one shit doesn't mean I'm going to hit this one
No,
shit.
you just execute your feelings and what you know. You know how to hit a fucking 7-iron. You just didn't execute it properly. It doesn't matter.
Yeah.
It really does not fucking matter. And it's like with everything. It's like maybe for a really weird example, being in the pro shop, like I might be able to sell someone a pair of shoes really easily, and the next customer can't even break their balls to buy a fucking tee.
Yeah.
Like it doesn't matter just because the last performance was good or bad.
Yeah.
It doesn't mean it's going to influence the next.
God, no.
So it's something as simple as that. It's
Yeah.
like, it's why the pros, that's why the top dogs are so good. It's like Scotty Scheffler hit that shank out of the bunker mid-round on the 8th hole, and then he birdies the next 4 straight.
Yeah.
And then at the press conference, they ask him, so what happened on 8? He goes, what are you fucking talking? I shanked it.
Yeah, big whoop.
I shanked it.
Yeah, big walk.
So it's when you hit the hosel part of the golf club and it goes that way.
Yeah.
And they're like, yeah. And he's like, what's your question? Going, what
It happens.
do you mean? He goes, I fucking hit a shank. And then I birdied the next 4. Fuck
Forrest
off.
Gump.
Fuck
Shit
off.
happens
Fuck off.
sometimes.
You know what I mean? It's like, it's so bizarre. It's like it's like you mid round and you cut a driver into the shit and lose a ball and you make double. It doesn't mean you now hit driver bad.
No.
It doesn't mean shit. It's just you go back to, okay, what I do wrong? Okay, I left the face open or something simple.
Yeah, whatever.
And you just isolate everything back to what you know
Absolutely.
and then trust it.
So,
And that's the hardest part is fucking trusting it.
correct. To sum it up, and we'll move on quickly. Not big redesign, but a big mindset shift.
Yeah. That's
Right.
what you need sometimes.
Big mindset shift. I'm going to go and play tomorrow. I'm going to try and have as much fun as I can.
No.
Right? I'm going to play on the weekend. I'm going to try and have as much fun as I can.
Pella did make a good point, taking the result out of it.
100%.
Once you take the result out of it, you'll find the results better.
Yeah, and well, that's exactly right, and that's what Mitch
he's
said.
fucking right.
Mitch turns around and goes,
He's fucking
"You
right.
kept it cool today, like much more than what I expected you to do with how poorly you played." I'm like, "Well, I walked in not really caring how I went."
Yeah.
So we've discussed before, like the first 6 holes and the last 6 holes for me are huge. I walked in before the first 6 holes and thought, I don't care where it goes. And that's why Pella had
Excuse
such.
me,
That's why Pella had such. SGM had such a good time at PK North when he chopped it.
didn't give a
He just
fuck.
goes, I don't care where it goes.
don't give a
I'm
fuck."
here to have fun.
Yeah, he goes, I'm here at this sick golf course.
Yeah.
And like we're all through 4 holes and he goes, and I'm like, hey, how you scoring? He goes,
I don't care.
fuck, I don't know. He goes, I don't give a fuck.
Yeah. So I think I need to try to
one of
incorporate that a little bit more and just work on stuff in the background and have fun in the meantime.
It's when you can isolate a comp round to a practice round to a social round. So comp rounds, that's when you can be dialed in. You can not let emotions build up, but
Yeah.
that's when you can use that as fuel. Whereas a practice round, if you go out and you miss the golf ball, it's like, oh, it doesn't matter. It actually doesn't because it's a practice round. And then if you're just having a chip around and you hit 4 straight shanks, well, it doesn't matter. You
25.
Let's round up. But righto.
gold. I like
Fuck. It's like round up. All right,
so-
your nearest 25 factorial.
That's it.
Sick.
All right. No, thank you for that. I appreciate that. And thanks to everyone who's sort of reached out in the last little while because it's been.
He's
it's
had a
been-
moment.
it's
He's
been
had a
hard.
moment.
And SGM, I love you, man. Like, fucking thanks, dude.
I love his grind, by the way.
He's on
sending,
one. Honestly,
Not even on one. This is what you need. This is what
He-
happens when someone plays off a certain figure that doesn't know how to get further. They seek guidance and they implement it properly and think about it. And he's done. I said to him, I said, your practice sessions and the way you've gone about things is exactly how you're supposed to. And
Correct.
it's fucking awesome to see.
I say this kind of
It's so
jokingly.
good.
I say this jokingly, but there's an air of truth to it, right? He's made it clear that he wants to get lower than me eventually, right? I'm probably his number one supporter. Like, aside from yourself,
As
right? I kind of want him to do it. I'm not going to let him.
23rd of December, he was when we played at Easton.
Yes.
He played off 10.6 that day. 4 comp rounds later, 11th of January, he's off 9.0.
Yeah.
1.5 shots. Doesn't sound like a lot. Fuck, that's heaps.
Yeah.
That is heaps. In 4 rounds.
At that
That
level,
is a lot.
but so the difference, like we've spoken about it before, the difference between 10 and 9, huge.
The difference
The difference between
once
the
you
difference
drop,
between
once
6
you drop,
and 5,
once you
huge.
drop from sub 14, every single shot you go down is a huge new level.
Huge
He's
number.
massive. He's massive. And sometimes like for yourself, when you drop from 8 to like 5.5 in the span of it was like 2 weeks or something.
correct.
You had like those 3 straight rounds where you didn't shoot over 76 or something like
Yeah.
that. And it's gone from you playing off 8, maybe 9 off the black to 5 or 6. It's like that's when you're like, whoa.
And the thing is, I'm more impressed that I've maintained it.
Well,
For
that's,
so long.
that's even better. That's even better. That shows improvement. Yeah, now you're bad.
That's
golf.
why I think I'm a better golfer now than what I was when I shot those scores.
Well, this relates so well, not relates. This complements so much what I tell you guys so often, and I'm not sure it actually has clicked yet. It will.
Yeah,
it
it
will.
will.
But for Pella, it has.
Yeah.
He told me. He goes. My good golf is always been my good golf, but my bad is like shits all over my old bad.
yeah,
Which,
absolutely.
like, if he plays bad golf now, it's nowhere near as severe.
I think I'm in the same
And that's
sort
the
of boat.
improvement. That's the improvement.
And the reason, and I completely agree with you, but like when I'm not in good form, so the difference between me being in good and bad form isn't that I'm playing unreal and the good golf is there. It's more that like I've got more of control over the bad golf.
Correct.
Right?
That's the whole
so
point.
when I have 25 points and chop it and have 5 shanks or whatever it might be, right? The bad golf is shit.
Yeah.
I've got no control over the bad golf. But when I have 37 points and grind and actually come away with a decent result, the bad golf is pretty good.
Yeah.
Right.
That, as for everyone.
The good
As for
golf,
everyone.
I don't feel like I've achieved my good golf for a long time. Right? I've been close.
That's the point of practice. You're improving your bad. That's the
Correct,
whole point.
correct.
When you're on practice session, that's what I feel like
And
I've
you
been
kind
doing
of
for
forget,
ages.
you kind of don't realize that your good is getting better too.
It always will.
Correct.
It always will. But you don't seek it because you're trying to improve the bad stuff.
Huge.
That's the whole point because you're not concentrating on it. So you're not actually conscious of it.
This is what podcasting's all about. We've gone on for
Exactly.
nearly 35 minutes.
Doesn't matter. My early second cut question. Actually, fuck it. We've led into second
questions
cut.
from the second cut.
Fuck
We
it.
were going to talk about the TGL as well, but we'll do that next week.
We might do that another day. This has just crept in the last probably
He's looking at me cross-eyed.
3 months.
Yeah.
I always look at you cross-eyed. I think is it is it
Okay.
is it possible or am I overthinking? Is it possible to have the yips at a golf course?
The yips.
One particular golf course.
Oh, okay.
So the reason why I say this, I'll put this into context. For some unknown fucking reason, I don't know if anyone else can. If you know why I'm thinking this or whatever it is, or if anyone else does, let me know. But for some odd reason, I can't show up to my home golf course, which is my favorite place on earth for many reasons. Both
Which
the
golf
comfort-
course were we talking about?
Rosanna.
Yeah.
It's my I love the place.
Yeah, okay.
And I'm not. I shouldn't say favorite place, but you know what I mean. It's
the one with the biggest
walk-
soft spot in your
it's
heart.
I'm so comfy there.
Yeah.
It's just everything. I know.
It's home.
I know everything.
It's home.
I know everything and everyone.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I don't know why I can't go there anymore and just play golf and go out and shoot a good number.
Yeah.
Like I've had me like recently I've had my 4 or 5 unders, but I haven't like. It feels like I'm not. It feels like I got the yips there
Okay.
with everything.
Yeah.
I don't know if I'm expecting too much, like going out there going, I should be shooting 10 under there because I know how good, I know everything about this place.
Let me
And
stop
then-
you right there.
And then I'm through 9 and I'm even par going, am I playing shit or am I just getting complacent? And then I go out and to Yarra Batson, maybe an exception, but
Easton.
I go out to Easton and have 66.
Yeah.
Like first round I've been there. I go out to Heritage and shoot a 67.
Yeah.
Like, is that a thing? Like I'm trying to figure out if it's a thing or I'm just
I can answer
fucked.
this. I feel like I can actually answer this question.
All right,
and
hit me.
I feel like I might. People might
Maybe not answer it, but maybe a suggestion.
I can provide you some thoughts.
All right, hit me. Right. Because it's fucking.
Can you get the yips at a golf course? 100% yes.
It's like
Right? And for the reason that you actually made known, right? I think
Yeah.
you can hold yourself to too high of expectations at a certain place.
I agree.
I think that Rosanna for you, Heidelberg for me, they are such safety blankets,
Well, I feel
right?
like
they
I
are
just
such like
Yeah.
it's like your doona. Like you just want to wrap yourself up in them and just go to sleep. I'm comfy now.
Yeah.
Leave me alone.
Yeah.
Right? it's your safe spot. It's your happy place. You know the place inside out, like you said. You know almost every member,
Yeah.
bar a couple. You know what the beer tastes like. You know what's good on the menu. You know everything.
yeah. But of
And
course,
because of
within
those
reason.
reasons,
But-
you know which green breaks left. You know which green breaks.
fuck,
You know
sometimes.
everything, right? You know every nook and cranny of that golf course because you've been there time and time again.
Yeah.
Right.
yeah.
So yes, that golf course can give you the yips, not because you just
A golf course can.
A golf course
Yeah,
can give you
okay.
the yips, but I think it's more so for the
I don't-
fact
I
that
don't
you
wanna
hold
say-
yourself to too higher esteem to actually turn around and go, well, actually, no, I can play
It's
shit
just
here
another
too.
golf course.
I can
It's
play
just
shit
another
here
round
too.
of golf.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, and
You go out
okay.
to Heritage though, and you think, well, I'm at Heritage today. I might actually try and give this a crack.
Oh, yeah, it must be it because my old man always said it. My old man said it perfectly. People always asked him, "Don't you get bored of playing the same golf course twice?" And he goes, "Name one occasion where you've been in the exact same spot."
Correct.
And I'm like, "I've been in similar spots,
Yeah.
but not the exact same spot." I'm like, "Fuck, it is. The golf course is a different golf course every time."
My mum,
And it makes so much sense. And I'm like, that actually is a good point. But I never thought about it because I show up at Rosanna going, oh yeah, I know the first, I know what shot to hit. Off the second, I know what shot to hit. I know what the green does. I know which way.
You don't give it a second thought.
But yeah, it's like a natural thing. And when
It's
it
like
doesn't,
riding a bike.
and when I don't pull it, it must be just complacency.
Yeah.
Like I don't think Rosanna's easy. It's not. No golf course is easy. There's
Okay.
no such thing as an easy golf course.
So let me throw this into you.
But
right?
it's just
Let me-
I feel like I know it, so I'm like, why don't I just do it? But when I don't, I get frustrated. Anyway, it just drives me. It's
so when you drive from your house to Rosanna,
yeah,
how often do you crash?
never. Why?
Exactly. So do you expect to crash on your drive into work?
No,
Do you expect to play shit at Rosanna?
no.
Exactly. Right? So you walk
Enlighten
into
me.
you walk into this place of comfort. You do it all the time.
Yeah.
I'm here all the time. I spend heaps of time here. I can't expect to play shit here. So when you do, it's taking you for it's like it's shocked you almost. And then all of a sudden, one time turns into two. It's like if you drove to like from your house to your mum's house. You know that route backwards.
Yeah.
You know every turn, you know what lane you need to be in and where. Fucking you know everything. If you crash 3 times in a row driving from your place to your mum's house, you'd be like, what the fuck is going on?
You change routes.
I'm not going that way anymore.
It makes sense.
It's a long-winded way of trying to make sense.
what you're trying to say.
Right?
I understand it.
I hope people can also.
I'm overthinking. Of course.
100%
Of
you
course
are.
I'm overthinking. It's just been recently. Like I'm like, I'll go out and shoot 2 under on a very calm day. The course is good. And I'm like, I've only shot 2 under, but I know this place so well. Why aren't I shooting
Because
way
sometimes
better?
it gets the better of you.
And like I'm trying to retract away from no, Joel. You're not. It's not the golf course's fault.
No.
it's like you just haven't gone out and putted well.
The
or-
golf course doesn't hit your ball, mate.
No, exactly. All right. All right.
Golf-
Good. That answered my question. Because it does and it doesn't.
It helps.
It helps because you can show up to a place going, I know I'm not playing fucking good here. Like there is golf courses like that. Everyone knows their yip golf course. I don't want to say that word out loud because it's not actually a yip.
No.
Like I do play well there. I do.
But
I
you
really
feel
do.
like you feel like the place has got the mong on you. Like you just
A little
it's
bit.
got one over you.
Sometimes I'm like, why does it hate me? And it's
Yeah.
because it's probably because I mention it.
Yeah.
It's probably why, rather than going out and just playing a golf course.
speaking.
And
it
yes, I
into-
know it.
You speak it into
I
existence.
know. I'm
Right?
yeah.
So I think the next time you go out there, you just go, I'm going to tackle this place head on,
But
and I'm going
I just
to
got to
make
pretend.
it known.
I just got to pretend it's a new golf course.
Not even.
Like I go out there and I literally there's sometimes on par 3s I don't even scope it because wherever the tee box
That's
is
a
and the
bad-
pin position is, I
that's
know
a-
the number.
That's a bad habit.
Well, I know,
And I feel like I've started to do the same thing.
only because I know the number, so I don't think in depth, and that's probably why I make the mistake because it's so simple. I think I'm like, it's so simple.
It's starting to correlate to how I'm
Yeah,
feeling
exactly.
at Heidelberg at the
Yeah,
moment because
yeah.
I feel like I'm doing similar things to you, and it's just I think I need to just you strip it all back and go back to what you always do.
Yeah,
If you were playing Rosanna or the Aussie or Yarrambat or Bundura, wherever the fuck you play, right? If you don't know a shot, you'd scope it, right? You'd do a bit of thinking. If you've got a 30-meter chip over a bunker, you might walk up to the top of the bunker and go, well, all right, how far is on the green is that flag? Do it everywhere. Just because you know it
yeah,
doesn't mean you shouldn't do the research.
yeah, 100%.
Right?
Yeah. No, you're right. Yeah, you're right.
My second cut question for you.
You're right.
Would you rather a 4-day pass to the Masters by yourself, or would you rather make a hole-in-one on the 17th hole at TPC Sawgrass with your 3 best mates?
Fuck, that's a good one. That's a really good one.
I saw this on a TikTok. I've kind of ripped it from there. So I'll go through it again.
Yeah,
Would you rather a 4-day pass to the Masters on your own,
I'm by myself.
by yourself,
I'm by myself.
or make a hole-in-one on the 17th hole at TPC Sawgrass?
What's the circumstances, Sawgrass? You're just playing around.
You get invited to go and play around with your 3 best mates for free. And you make a hole-in-one on 17.
Oh,
What would you prefer?
fuck.
I feel like this is the first time in a long time I've actually got you.
Oh,
And this is why I think I've got you. I know you can be by yourself for 4 days,
easily,
especially at Augusta.
easily.
But I also know that you love
I love Sawgrass.
Sawgrass is sick, right? And you love playing golf with your mates.
And you know what I would say when I step? Well, guess what? One thing I would say when I step up into that tee box.
If this goes in, I'm getting naked.
I'm taking my clothes off. I'm jumping in there, and I fucking would. Oh, dude.
If you know me well enough, you already know my answer.
Oh, you're with the mates one. You're having a hole in one
100%.
Sawgrass. That's you. Nah.
Got him.
He does. He does.
Yes.
I'm at the moment I've got the angel here and the devil here.
You're
And they're
Natalie.
both-
You're Natalie Imbruglia. You're torn.
It's my conscience, not my mind or gut,
Yeah.
my instinct and conscience goes towards Augusta.
Okay.
So that's gonna be my answer.
Keep
but
in
that
mind-
doesn't mean fuck how good would it be.
Keep in mind, you don't have your phone at Augusta either.
I don't give a fuck. I wouldn't touch it.
Okay.
Oh, I would. I'd be like, holy fuck. But
You're not allowed it.
correct. Augusta.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're taking a 4-day pass
It's
at Augusta.
like that though, because the Sawgrass hole in one in front of mates and then getting like just close off. Like the ball would be midair and I've undone my belt, like shoes off, like
Just
I'm,
as soon as it's tracking.
dude, it's before it bounces, I've done the backflip, like like straight in, like as sick as that would be. But 4 days at Augusta, yeah, it's Augusta.
Okay.
It's Augusta.
Yeah.
Just because of like the little kid in me,
Yeah.
and like my admiration for both the place and the golf and that
Yeah.
facility. It's
So-
it's Augusta. Just
I saw.
It'd be so
I
sick,
saw
though.
it. It'd be unbelievable.
it'd be so sick.
Either or would be
Either or would be so cool.
sick.
Yeah.
I saw a version of this question on a TikTok, and then having played with the bloke we played with on Saturday, he's very good, or he's mates with a very prolific Live Tour golf player,
Who?
Cam.
Me?
Yep.
Yeah.
And he had a bunch of stories of how he got invited to Augusta a few years ago by Cam and got the full treatment.
Yeah. Got everything.
And that I was like, he was telling me stories where I'm just like, do you want to come on? Like, do you want to come and tell us all these? Because these are elite.
Dude, I wouldn't even put the headphones on.
I'll tell you a
I'd
couple. I'll
just
tell
be
you
in
a
the corner.
couple. Yeah, I'll tell you a couple of them off air. But
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
holy.
yeah.
Anyway, so
No, I'm Augusta. Just because of the dream. I wouldn't be able to probably breathe for 4 days.
just one breath.
Oh, I'm good.
I'm
Like,
good. Let's go.
Yeah, no.
Straight to 12.
It would be Augusta for me.
Okay, I respect it. I respect it. We need to start really thinking about what we want to do for episode 52.
Yeah, I don't even know.
It's fast
I don't
approaching.
even know.
I've had a couple of
We
ideas.
we want more guests on for one.
Yes.
We got to start really organizing that. Now it's the new year. Now everyone's sort of back in the swing of things. Literally.
I'm gonna go out on a limb.
Uh,
Do you reckon Luke might want to do episode 52? If you're listening,
might
Luke,
poke the bear.
let's poke the bear.
He doesn't. He doesn't work Mondays.
Even better. Even better.
I don't think.
You know what? I'll take an RDO. I'll take a day off. We'll go play Easton, and then we can go out there and record it. Even we can figure something out. But yeah, we are thinking about it. We do have some ideas.
Yeah.
I'll speak to you about them off air. We'll
Yeah.
go from there.
Yeah, correct.
But ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much for tuning into this week's episode of the Gold Jacket, Green Jacket podcast. We are fast approaching 1 year of the podcast. It is an exciting time for us. Yes, Marcus, I see your comments. We are going to get more guests on. Bruv, calm down. Yeah? Right? Calm it, please. Far out.
He doesn't want excuses. He wants results.
I don't want to hear from him.
Oh,
so
wow. Okay. Jesus.
I'm sick of it.
Jesus.
I just see the comments, just Marcus Raptopoulos every episode. I'm just like, I love it.
Oh, here we
Don't
go.
get me
He's
wrong.
trying-
But also, like, far out, Marcus.
Now you know what's coming on the next episode.
Absolutely.
He's going to comment something.
Absolutely. Ladies and gentlemen, be sure to head down into the description, hit the subscribe button. It helps us out a lot. Like the episode, head over to Spotify, follow us there, give us a 5-star review over there. Thank you very much for all the 5-star reviews we've already had, by the way. There's been a number of them.
Have we actually?
Absolutely.
Jesus.
Absolutely. Probably more than you'd imagine. Keep loving
Is it
the-
double digits?
Yeah.
Oh, what?
keep loving the TikToks, keep loving the Instagram reels,
Yeah.
keep commenting,
Yeah.
keep letting us
Yeah.
know, keep chatting absolute garbage to us. We absolutely love it.
Some of the stuff is very good.
Very good. Other than that, we will see you all next week, episode 50. Ladies and gents, thank you very much. Hit them well. We'll see you then. Cheers.